I joined a gaming Discord server back in 2019 when I was 16. It was a pretty chill community, about 500 members, all talking about this indie horror game we loved. The head moderator, who went by Nightwatch, seemed cool at first. He was in his late 20s, helped people with game tips and kept the server drama-free. Things got weird when I mentioned in the general chat that I was having a bad day at school. Nightwatch DM'd me immediately, asking if I wanted to talk about it. I thought it was nice that someone cared, so I vented a little about friend drama. That opened the floodgates. He started messaging me every single day. Good morning texts. How was school? Messages. He'd get genuinely upset if I didn't respond within an hour. He began calling me kiddo and saying things like, "I wish I could be there to protect you from all the mean kids." And here's the detail that still makes my skin crawl. Every night at exactly 11:47 p.m., I'd get a Discord notification, always 11:47, never early, never late. Just him saying, "Good night, kiddo." Even after I turned off notifications, my phone would still light up, that green glow in the dark room, 11:47, like clockwork, like he was watching me go to bed. The breaking point came when he created a private channel on the server called Nightwatch and my username Hangout without asking me. He posted screenshots of our conversations and wrote things like, "Look at my favorite person on the server. And we have such a special bond." I felt sick. I told him I was uncomfortable, and he had a complete meltdown in the public channels, saying I was ungrateful and that he'd only been trying to be a good friend. Other members started defending me, pointing out how inappropriate his behavior was. The server owner finally banned him, but not before Nightwatch posted my first name, the state I lived in, and photos of my school that he'd somehow found from the metadata in a picture I'd posted months ago. But here's what really haunts me. In one of his last messages, he mentioned my cat's name. I'd never told him my cat's name, but in a photo I posted months earlier, just a corner of my room in the background, you could see a food bowl with my cat's name written on it. He had zoomed in, enhanced it, remembered it. That's when I realized how deeply he'd been studying every pixel of my life. I deleted Discord for a year after that and learned a hard lesson about sharing personal information online. But sometimes, late at night, I still see that green notification glow in my mind. 11:47, always 11:47. This happened to me last year. I'm a 24-year-old woman who posts occasionally on various Reddit communities about books and poetry. I guess I made the mistake of mentioning I'm a woman in one comment thread, because that's when the Verse King found me. He started replying to all my comments with custom poems. At first I thought it was kind of sweet in a quirky internet stranger way. But then the poems got personal. Really personal. He'd write about her smile that he imagined behind the screen, and how he dreamed of running his fingers through her auburn hair. Here's the thing. I never mentioned having auburn hair, but I did have auburn hair. He had somehow found my Instagram through detective work I still don't understand. My Instagram was private, but apparently he'd found enough information to identify me. The poems evolved into short stories posted on his profile, all starring a character with my username doing romantic things with a character representing him. The stories got progressively more explicit and disturbing. He wrote about us meeting at a bookstore, falling in love, getting married, having kids, all in graphic detail. I blocked him on Reddit, but he created new accounts. At least 8 that I counted, I think. After a while, I stopped counting. They all blurred together. Different usernames, but always the same tone. The same cadence to his messages. The same poetry structure. Or maybe I was just paranoid by then. Maybe I was seeing him everywhere. But I don't think I was imagining it. I finally had to delete my entire Reddit account that I'd had for 6 years. The worst part? About a month later, I got a DM on Instagram from an account that was clearly him, with another poem about how he'd found his muse again. I made my Instagram completely private and changed my username. That was 8 months ago. Last week, I posted a book review on a different platform. Different username, different email, different everything. Someone replied with a poem. It's probably nothing. Probably just a coincidence. Lots of people write poetry online, right? But the poem mentioned auburn hair, and I've been too afraid to check if the account is still there. I'm a small-time Twitch streamer. I usually get about 30-50 viewers per stream, which is enough to make me happy and cover some bills. About 8 months ago, a user named Generous Soul 777 started watching regularly. At first, he was great. He'd donate $20-50 per stream, always with nice messages like great content or you're so talented. I was grateful because those donations really helped. But after about 2 weeks, the messages started changing. You look tired today. Are you taking care of yourself? That shirt looks uncomfortable. You should wear something softer. I worry about you when you're not streaming. Are you okay? The donations increased to $100, then $200 per stream. The messages got more possessive. He started asking why I was talking to other chatters so much. He'd get upset if I didn't read his messages immediately. Once, I took a day off from streaming without announcing it beforehand, and he sent me 17 Discord messages asking if I was sick, if someone hurt me, if I was avoiding him. Then came the big one, a $1,000 donation with the message, "I've been saving up. This should be enough for that ring you deserve. Let me know your ring size and address." I immediately refunded it and banned him from my channel. He lost it. He found my personal Twitter, my old Facebook, my LinkedIn. He left comments everywhere about how I was a gold digger who used him and then threw him away. He even tried to copyright strike my Twitch VODs, claiming he owned the content because he'd financially supported it. I had to get a lawyer involved to send him a cease and desist letter. The harassment finally stopped, or so I thought. The lawyer sent the cease and desist, and the messages stopped. But here's the thing that still keeps me up at night. About 3 months ago, I got a $5 donation from an account called New Beginnings 777. The message just said, "I'm back." I refunded it immediately, blocked the account. But sometimes, late at night, when I'm streaming, I see usernames that feel familiar, numbers that add up to 777, donation amounts that are multiples of 7, messages that use the same punctuation style, the same emoji combinations, and I wonder if he ever really left, or if he's just learned to be more careful, more patient. I still stream, I need the income, but I never feel safe anymore. Every donation makes my stomach drop for just a second before I see the username. Every new follower could be him. The worst part? I'll never know for sure, and maybe that's exactly what he wants. When I was 19, I was going through a really rough patch with anxiety and depression. I joined an online mental health support forum to connect with others who understood what I was dealing with. That's where I met Dr. Mindful. He claimed to be a licensed therapist who volunteered his time on the forum to help people for free. His advice seemed solid, and he was kind to everyone. When I posted about struggling with panic attacks, he offered to do informal sessions with me over email, since I couldn't afford real therapy. For the first month, it actually helped. He'd send me long emails with breathing exercises, cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, and encouragement. I felt like I was finally getting professional help. Then he started asking me to call him instead of emailing. During our first call, things seemed normal, but by the third call, he was asking really inappropriate questions about my childhood, my relationships with family members, and deeply personal matters I'd never mentioned having issues with. When I tried to redirect the conversation, he'd say things like, "We need to explore this for your healing," or "Your resistance shows we're getting close to the root cause." He convinced me to send him photos of myself to work through confidence issues. I was young and desperate for help, so I sent a few regular selfies. He then asked for more photos in different outfits, saying it was part of exposure therapy to overcome my social anxiety. That's when I finally realized something was very wrong. I reverse image searched his profile picture and found out it was stolen from a real therapist's website from another country. I reported him to the forum moderators, who discovered he'd been doing this to at least 7 other vulnerable young women on the site. The forum shut down entirely after that. I later found out through a news article that Dr. Mindful was actually a 45-year-old man with no therapeutic credentials whatsoever, who'd been collecting photos and personal information from vulnerable people for years. I'm just grateful I realized what was happening before I shared anything more personal. The first time Commander X recorded me without permission, I didn't even know. I was 17 and really into competitive online gaming. I joined this clan that was semi-professional, and the leader, Commander X, was supposedly 22 and working on turning the clan into a real esports team. He was charismatic, a great player, and everyone in the clan looked up to him. He had this rule that all clan members had to be on voice chat during practice sessions, which made sense for coordination. But he'd also insist we all join voice chat during social hours in the evenings. He wanted to build team chemistry and get to know everyone personally. It was week 3 in the clan. We were doing our social hour voice chat. I was talking about how I was nervous about asking a girl out at school, just venting, being vulnerable with people I thought were friends, normal stuff. Social hours started out innocent enough. We'd all chat about games, school, life. But Commander X started asking increasingly personal questions. He wanted to know about our relationships, our families, our insecurities. He framed it as understanding what motivates each player. But looking back, it felt more like building a profile on each of us. He started having one-on-one coaching sessions with each member. During mine, he barely talked about gaming. Instead, he spent 2 hours asking about my relationship with my parents, whether I had a girlfriend, what my type was. When I tried to steer back to gaming strategy, he said I was being resistant to team bonding. Then, 2 weeks later, another clan member quit suddenly. On his way out, he posted something in our Discord. "Check your files, Commander X has been recording everything." I didn't believe it at first, but I checked my Discord DMs. There it was, a video file, sent to me 3 days ago. I'd never opened it. The title was just my username with a heart emoji. When I clicked play, it was me, just me. 2 hours of my voice, clipped together, edited with music, parts where I laughed, parts where I was nervous talking about that girl, arranged like a highlight reel of someone's favorite person. But here's the worst part. There were clips in there from voice chats I didn't even remember having. Private one-on-one sessions I'd forgotten about. He'd kept everything, catalogued it, compiled it, and I had no idea how long he'd been listening to me, really listening. That prompted others to come forward. Commander X had been doing this to multiple members, creating these creepy compilation videos and sending them as friendship gifts. Some people had received physical mail at their homes, stickers, artwork, gifts that they'd never given their address for. We all bailed on the clan immediately and found out Commander X wasn't 22. He was 34, married, and had been banned from several other gaming communities for similar behavior. The guy was using online gaming to collect information about teenagers and young adults, recording them, and creating obsessive content about them. We all left the clan that week. The gaming company that sponsored us dropped the clan entirely. It should have ended there. But sometimes, when I'm playing online now, different games, different servers, I hear a voice in chat that sounds like him. Not the same username, never the same username, but the way he talks, the questions he asks. What's motivating you today? What's on your mind? And I wonder, is it him? Or am I just hearing ghosts now? Either way. I never turn my mic on anymore, not for anyone. I still have that video file saved on an old hard drive. I don't know why I kept it. Maybe as evidence or maybe as a reminder to never trust anyone online with my voice again. Sometimes I think about deleting it, but then I remember, if he made one video of me, how many more does he have that I never saw? This is the most recent one, and honestly still makes me uncomfortable. I'm 21 now, and I was part of a niche hobby forum about collecting vintage toys. It's a pretty wholesome community, Mostly people in their 30s, 50s, sharing photos of their collections and discussing prices. There was this one member, Collector King, who'd been on the forum for years and seemed to know everything about the hobby. He was always helpful, always positive. When I joined and posted some questions about authentication, he was the first to respond with detailed information. We started messaging back and forth about the hobby. He offered to help me find rare pieces and even said he'd send me some duplicates from his collection for free to help me get started. I thought I'd found a mentor in the hobby. Then he started messaging me every day, not about toys anymore, but about my life. He'd ask about my day, my job, my goals. He started calling me his protege on the forum. He'd defend me aggressively if anyone disagreed with my opinions, to the point where other members told me I should ask him to tone it down because it was making me look bad. The red flag moment was when he offered to fly me out to his city to tour his collection and meet in person. He said he'd pay for everything, flight, hotel, meals. He insisted it wasn't weird because he was like a mentor, and this was educational. I politely declined, and that's when his whole personality changed. He started posting passive-aggressive comments on all my forum posts. He'd contradict everything I said, publicly criticize my collection, and make posts about how some people are ungrateful when you try to help them. When I tried to address it privately, he sent me a novel-length message about how hurt he was, how he'd invested so much time and energy into helping me, and how I owed him at least a meeting after all he'd done. He actually used the word owed. I reported him to the forum moderators, and they looked into his history. Turns out he'd done this same pattern with at least 4 other young women on the forum over the years, offering mentorship, getting possessive, then turning aggressive when they wouldn't meet him in person. He got banned. I left the forum too. Case closed, right? Except 2 weeks ago, I received a package at my apartment. No return address. Inside was a vintage toy, one I'd mentioned wanting on that forum over a year ago. There was no note, no name, just the toy, wrapped carefully in bubble wrap. I still don't know how he got my address. I never gave it to anyone on that forum. I was so careful, but he has it, and he wants me to know that. I filed a police report, but they said without a direct threat. There's not much they can do, it's just a gift. The toy is sitting in an evidence bag in my closet now. I can't bring myself to throw it away, and I definitely won't use it. Sometimes I think about moving, getting a P.O. box, changing my name online completely. But then I realize if he found me once, he could find me again. 3 days ago, I got another package. Same wrapping, same lack of return address. I haven't opened it yet. I don't think I want to know what's inside. I'm a 23-year-old woman who uses Instagram pretty casually. I post maybe once or twice a week. Coffee, sunsets, pictures of my dog, that kind of thing. My account was public because I never really thought about it being a problem. I had about 400 followers, mostly friends and people from college. About 6 months ago, I noticed someone had liked about 30 of my posts in a row, all within the span of 5 minutes. The account name was something generic like Photography Enthusiast 47. No profile picture, no posts following over 2,000 people. I figured it was just a bot and didn't think much of it. Then the comments started. Nothing too weird at first. Beautiful shot, or love this aesthetic. But then they got more specific. You always wear that bracelet on your left wrist. This is the 3rd time you've posted from that coffee shop. Your dog's limp seems better than it was in the photo from 2 months ago. I hadn't even noticed my dog had a limp in that old photo until he pointed it out. I had to scroll back and look, and he was right. I blocked the account, but a new one appeared the next day with a similar name. Photography Lover 47. Same pattern, liking old posts, leaving eerily observant comments. I blocked that one too. Then came Photo Archive 47. Then Memories 47. Then Timeline 47. I made my account private. That should have solved it, right? But here's what made my blood run cold. I started getting friend requests from accounts with profile pictures that were cropped sections of my own photos. Like, he'd zoom in on the background of one of my pictures, take a screenshot of just a tree or a building, and use that as his profile picture. It was like he was building an entire network of accounts from pieces of my life. I stopped accepting any follow requests I didn't recognize. But then he started commenting on my friends' public posts when they tagged me. He'd say things like, "Tell her I'm still watching," or "She can't hide forever." The worst part came about 2 weeks ago. I was at a new coffee shop I'd never posted about, never mentioned online. I was just sitting there working on my laptop when my phone buzzed. A DM from another new account, Window Seat 47. The message just said, "You look stressed. The coffee here is good though, isn't it?" I looked around the coffee shop. I didn't see anyone obviously staring at me or taking photos, but he was there, or he had been there. Recently enough to know I was sitting by the window, I grabbed my stuff and left immediately. Filed another police report. They said the same thing as before, no direct threat, nothing they can do. Just be careful and maybe stay off social media for a while. I deleted Instagram that day. Haven't posted anything in 2 weeks, but yesterday my best friend sent me a screenshot. Someone had created a new Instagram account with my name, not my exact username, but close enough. The profile picture was an old photo of me I'd deleted months ago. The bio said, "The real my name, the one she doesn't want you to see." The account had already posted over 50 photos, all of me. Some I recognized from my old posts. Others, I don't know where he got them. Photos from angles I never took, pictures in places I don't remember being. There's a photo of me sleeping, on my couch, in my apartment. I don't know when he took it. The account has 89 followers now. I don't know who these people are. I don't know if they're all him or if strangers are actually following this archive of my life. My friend reported the account, but Instagram said it doesn't violate community guidelines. I'm moving next week. New apartment, new neighborhood, already packed most of my stuff. But I keep wondering, if he got into my apartment once, what's stopping him from finding the new one? And why do I keep feeling like someone's watching me, even when I'm completely alone? I'm 20 years old and I've been learning Japanese for about 2 years. I joined this language exchange app, where native speakers help you practice and you help them with your language in return. It's pretty popular, millions of users worldwide. I matched with someone who went by Takahiro Tokyo. His profile said he was 24, from Tokyo, working as an English teacher, and he wanted to improve his conversational English. Perfect match, right? We started doing voice calls twice a week to practice. At first it was great. We'd spend 30 minutes speaking Japanese, 30 minutes speaking English. He was patient with my mistakes, gave me good feedback, and we'd talk about anime, music, and Japanese culture. It felt like I was actually making progress and had found a genuine language exchange partner. After about a month, he started asking if we could do calls more often, then daily. He said it would help both of us improve faster. I agreed because my Japanese really was getting better, but the calls started lasting longer, an hour, then 2 hours, then 3. He began asking me personal questions during the English portion, about my family, my relationships, where I worked, what my daily schedule was like. He said it was natural conversation practice, but it felt more like an interview. Then he started getting upset when I couldn't make our scheduled calls. If I had to cancel because of work or school, he'd send multiple messages asking if I was mad at him, if he'd done something wrong, if I was talking to other language partners instead. The turning point was when he started sending me gifts, real, physical gifts, to my home address. I never gave him my address. Never. I was so careful about that. But somehow, he had it. First was a package of Japanese snacks with a note that said, "For my best student." Then a book I'd mentioned wanting to read, in Japanese with a long handwritten letter inside about how he thinks about our conversations every day. Then came a piece of jewelry, a necklace with my name written in Japanese characters. The note said, "So you can wear a piece of our connection every day." I messaged him saying, I appreciated the thought, but it was too much and I couldn't accept gifts like this. He called me immediately, which was weird because we'd never called outside our scheduled times, and he was crying, actually crying. He said he'd spent months saving up for that necklace, that I was the only person who understood him. that our language exchange was the only thing that made his life worth living. I tried to gently end the conversation, but he kept me on the call for over an hour, oscillating between apologizing and telling me how much I meant to him. Finally, I just said I had to go and hung up. The messages started immediately, hundreds of them, in English, in Japanese, in this broken mix of both. Some were apologies, some were angry, saying I led him on by being nice to him. Some were just strange, random memories of things I'd said in past conversations, analyzed and reanalyzed like he'd been keeping transcripts. I blocked him on the app. He found me on Instagram, blocked him there. He found my Twitter, my LinkedIn, my old Facebook I hadn't used in years. He even found my Goodreads account and left comments on every book I'd reviewed. Then he sent me a video. It was him, sitting in what looked like his apartment, speaking directly to the camera, in Japanese, 23 minutes long. I used translation software to figure out what he was saying. He was talking about our relationship, how he'd been planning to confess his feelings, how he was learning about American culture so he could move there and we could be together properly, how he'd already started looking at jobs in my state. My state, not just America, my specific state. At the end of the video, he held up a photo. It was a screenshot from one of our video calls, but it was me and I was in my bedroom. You could see my posters on the wall, my bookshelf, the specific layout of my room. He'd been taking screenshots the whole time, studying my environment, learning everything about my physical space. The video ended with him saying, in English, "I'll see you soon. Wait for me." That was 3 months ago. I reported everything to the police. They contacted international authorities, but I don't know what came of it. I deleted all my social media except one private Instagram account under a fake name. I moved out of that apartment. I don't do language exchange anymore. I actually stopped studying Japanese entirely because it reminds me of him. But here's what keeps me up at night. I don't know if he actually tried to come to America. I don't know if he's still in Tokyo or if he saved up enough money for a plane ticket. I don't know if he's given up or if he's still waiting for me somewhere. 2 weeks ago, I was at a Japanese restaurant, my first time eating Japanese food since all of this happened. I was with friends trying to reclaim something I used to love. Someone at the bar kept staring at me. When I looked over, he quickly looked away. He was Asian, could have been Japanese, the right age, the right build. It probably wasn't him. Statistically, it couldn't have been him, but I left before ordering, and I haven't been back to that restaurant. I don't think I'll ever really know if he's here or not. And maybe that's worse than knowing. I'm a 26-year-old graduate student studying environmental science. For my research, I contribute to Wikipedia articles about climate change, ecology, and endangered species. It's pretty niche work, and I never thought anyone really paid attention to who edited what. I was wrong. About 4 months ago, I made a significant edit to an article about a specific type of coastal ecosystem. It was good work, well-researched, properly cited. Within an hour, someone else edited my section, leaving a comment. "Nice addition, you clearly know your stuff." The username was EcoWatcher91. I checked their profile. They'd been editing environmental articles for years, seemed knowledgeable. I replied thanking them on the article's talk page, and we started a friendly dialogue about environmental science. Over the next few weeks, we'd run into each other on various articles. They'd compliment my edits, offer helpful suggestions. Sometimes we'd collaborate on larger changes. It felt nice to have someone in the Wikipedia community who appreciated my work. Then they suggested we move to email to discuss a big collaborative project on marine biology articles. I was hesitant, but they seemed professional and knowledgeable, so I gave them my university email address. The emails started normally, discussing article structure, sharing research papers, debating citation formats. But gradually they became more personal. Questions about my research, my professors, what university I attended, what my dissertation topic was. I didn't think much of it. Academics talk about their work all the time, but then they started commenting on my writing style. Not just in Wikipedia edits, but in a personal way. You always use semicolons in that specific way. Your sentence structure reminds me of how you phrase your emails. I bet you write your academic papers with the same careful attention to detail. It felt like they were studying me, not my edits, me. Then I noticed something strange. I'd check the edit history of articles I'd worked on, sometimes articles I'd edited months ago before I ever met EcoWatcher91, and there they were, edits from them, but time-stamped just hours after mine, going back months. They'd been following my contributions the whole time. Every single article I touched, they'd view it, study it, sometimes make minor edits just to... what? Leave their mark on my work. I went deeper. I found a user page they'd created, not their main profile, but a sub-page that wasn't linked anywhere. It was titled Collaborative Researchers, and it was a list of Wikipedia usernames with descriptions. My username was there, with notes. Specializes in marine ecosystems, strong grasp of climate science, edits primarily between 7:11 p.m. EST, suggesting night owl or West Coast US, uses academic journal citations from university database, likely has institutional access. Writing style suggests graduate-level education. Possible universities, list of 5 schools including mine, responds well to positive reinforcement. They'd been profiling me, building a psychological and academic profile based on my Wikipedia contributions. I immediately stopped responding to their emails and stopped editing Wikipedia entirely for a week. When I came back, I used a new account with a completely different username. Within 2 days, EcoWatcher91 sent me an email. I notice you've stopped editing. I hope I didn't upset you. I've been watching your new account, by the way. Different name, but same writing style. You can't hide your patterns. They knew it was me. Just from how I edited, from my syntax, my citation style, the way I structured information. I reported them to Wikipedia administrators. Their main account got banned, but they had dozens of alternate accounts. Every time Wikipedia banned one, another appeared. The admissions told me they'd been doing this to multiple editors for years, mostly women in STEM fields. But here's the truly disturbing part. They'd been editing my university's Wikipedia page, adding information, correcting details about campus buildings, department faculty, recent research projects, information that was accurate but oddly specific. They'd visited my campus, or they were on my campus. I graduated early, changed universities for my PhD program, moved to a different state. I don't edit Wikipedia anymore, even though I miss contributing. Last month, I published my first paper in an academic journal. I used a pseudonym for safety, but the research was mine. 3 days after publication, I got an email from a generic Gmail address. No name attached. The email had one sentence. Congratulations on the publication. I always knew you'd achieve great things. The semicolon usage in the abstract gave you away. Attached was a PDF, a highlighted, annotated version of my paper, with notes in the margins, suggestions for improvements, comparisons to my old Wikipedia edits. They're still watching, still analyzing every word I write. I don't know who EcoWatcher91 really is. I don't know their real name, their location, their face, but they know mine. And they're still reading everything I publish. I wonder if they're reading this story too, if I shared it somewhere, if my sentence structure and semicolon usage gave me away again. If you're reading this, I know you are. Please, just leave me alone.